Hello everyone, welcome back to Argentine Outdoors. Today I have an Ishapore 2A Enfield. It's a model of the Lee Enfield #1 Mark III, but it is chambered originally in the factory for .308. So let's see what it can do. Well, it definitely works. So now we're going to set up some steel targets, take some shots with it. Just thought I'd give you guys a little close-up, a little bit of history on this rifle. I'm no expert, but I've done a little bit of research, so feel free to correct me in the comments if I get anything wrong. As Grantham would do, we're going to go tip to butt on this. We've got a pretty basic front post. Nothing special. Got a bayonet lug here. And I believe there's two patterns of bayonets that fit this rifle. The India pattern, which is a shorter, more practical bayonet. I believe it's similar in size to this Colt bayonet, but the handle is wooden. It's obviously a little older. The other pattern bayonet that fits is the British #1 Mark III bayonet, I believe. And that bayonet was just a super long, colonial, almost like a sword style of bayonet. And India switched over to their India pattern bayonet just because they wanted a more practical bayonet on a rifle that's already pretty long. You can see there's a few scratches on some of the metal in places, but the wood is in great condition. Scratches on the band. Pretty basic irons here. Nothing special. This front piece of wood doesn't match the original. I'm guessing the original piece was broken or lost, so it was just replaced with that, but I think it's still a great looking rifle. The bore was in great condition. There was no pitting, no scratches. It was shiny. The action, super smooth. The bolt is in great condition. It does sometimes have some feeding issues, but that's more of a problem with the magazine than the actual action itself. Speaking of the magazine, it's a 12 round. It is detachable. You hit that and you can take it out and load it, or you can just shove around straight into the magazine. The trigger, it's a pretty heavy trigger pull. I would say 5, maybe 6 pounds, but not a problem for me. I still enjoy shooting the rifle. If you open the bolt here, you can see the markings on it. 7.62 2A 1965. So this is a 2A model. There's also the 2A1, and the only difference is the 2A has iron sights that go all the way up to 2,000 yards. If you can see this here. Yeah, there you go. 2,000 yards. And the 2A's iron sights, I believe, only go up to 500 yards. Got a safety here on the other side. This little lever can push it all the way back, and it locks the bolt, so you can't open it. Keep that unsafe for now. Look at the stock. The wood is in great condition. There's a few minor marks at the back, but nothing major. It's the marking there. And then we have a metal butt plate. And the butt plate has a little compartment. You can open it, and soldiers would put an oiler or maybe their field cleaning kit in there so they could do field maintenance on their rifle. I ordered this India leather sling for the rifle. It's a reproduction. And I also ordered this case, which I believe is original. Came with this sling, which is for the rifle, but I put it right on the back of the case because I just prefer the leather sling. A little bit of history on this rifle. It was made in India in the Ishapore factory, and what was happening was basically at the time India had joined NATO and they were switching over to the 7.62 NATO cartridge, and their service rifle was the FAL, which is semi-automatic, the right arm of the free world, as some people call it. And India basically didn't have the capacity to make as many FALs as they needed. So, to supplement that, they went to the British and they got this pattern for the Enfield rifle. And they took it back to the Ishapore factory. They made it with higher quality metal so it could withstand the chamber pressure of the 7.62 NATO. And they made a bunch and gave them to their troops to have. And one of the main reasons I bought this rifle was because it's chambered in the 7.62 cartridge, which is 7.62 or 308. It's a super available cartridge, super fun to shoot, not too expensive, compared to the 303 British, which other Enfields are chambered in, which is kind of an obsolete round now that is expensive, and you almost need to be able to reload if you want to shoot the rifle as much as I would shoot the rifle. But anyways, that was a little close-up and some brief history on this rifle. Feel free to correct me if I got anything wrong in the comments, and enjoy the video. So before we get to shooting, I want to show you how to load this rifle. There's a few different ways. The rifle does come with a 12-round detachable box magazine. That's one way to load it. Or, once the magazine is in the rifle, you can just insert rounds straight down into the magazine. But the way I prefer is with 5-round stripper clips. So as you can see, when you open the bolt, this little passage becomes clear. You take the stripper clip, line it in there, it sits in nicely, take your thumb, and push the rounds down into the magazine. And now you're loaded and ready to go. So, now that we're loaded up, let's see if we can hit that steel. The rifle does sometimes have feeding issues, but usually fixes itself on the second rack. Not that good of a shot today. One shot. We have a feeding issue. That is a problem I've noticed with this rifle, is sometimes it strips the round up and it gets stuck. I've heard you can fix this by tampering with the magazine, but I just haven't yet. I like to just push the round up, hold those down, let the bolt forward, and you're ready to go again. Well, still got one more round. Looks like we broke our target stand, so that might be the end of the steel shooting for today, but I have a few more things to shoot before the video ends. So as you can see, I have some jugs set up downrange that I'm going to be taking out with this rifle. But before that, I've got another cool thing I want to tell you about this rifle. The sights on it, don't know if you guys can see that, if it's focusing or not, but they go all the way up to 2,000 yards. Now, no one was ever actually making accurate or even close shots at 2,000 yards with this rifle. But what they would do is you'd get a group of people that all had this rifle that would go out to 2,000 yards, or a rifle similar to this, and they would all stand together and do something called volley of fire. And what that is, everyone would sight their rifle to 2,000 yards, and then they would aim at an enemy that was maybe 2,000 yards away and pull the trigger. And everyone would do it at the same time, and it would send a volley of bullets towards the enemy. Kind of like artillery or suppressing fire from a distance. But that's just another cool thing about this rifle. I don't think I'm going to need the sight set up that high to take out these water bottles. Jugs, sorry. So, let's load up, see what happens. Lost a round. It's okay. Load these ones in. Grab the other one. And my stripper clip. Let's take some shots. 5 rounds, 4 jugs. Can only miss once. Just grazed him. One more. Oh. All right, we got one more shot. Got him. Very fun rifle. Highly recommend it. But I've got one more thing to shoot before we end the video. All right. One really big water jug. Let's see what a 308 round will do to it. We're pretty close here. All right. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Took the bottom right off it. Let's just empty out this clip. Shoot some of the down water bottles. Jugs. Alright everyone, I lied. There's one more thing I want to try before I go. The action on this Enfield, I believe it's really smooth, and I really like it. So, I want to try to rapid fire. I'm going to shoot 10 rounds, see how fast I can do it. So, let's load up. 5, 10. Oh. Clips are a little finicky sometimes, but we got 10 rounds loaded up. Let's see how fast we can shoot. Good view. Oh, malfunction. We were on a roll. That was pretty fast, and it was pretty fun. But that's all I'm gonna have for you guys today. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate all you guys watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.